I know you're about to have a baby. Would you hire a nanny that looked like you? Because I would not, FYI.
Yeah, that's, by the way, that's the most fun question we've gotten this whole day.
Hey, thanks for clicking on this YouTube video, my interview with Katharine McPhee and Eddie Cibrian. You can't help but notice she is very pregnant during our chat. Well, Netflix had asked us to hold the interviews until closer to release date, which I did. Well, guess what else got released since then? Her baby. So she now is a mom. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy my chat with a very pregnant Katharine and her co-star, Eddie Cibrian. Congratulations on this. Let me start with you, Katharine. I know you're about to have a baby. Would you hire a nanny that looked like you? Because I would not, FYI.
Yeah, that's, by the way, that's the most fun question we've gotten this whole day. Very clever.
Be honest. No.
That's very.
Hey, by the way, you sound like my girlfriend on the show. She feels the same exact way.
She feels the same way. Well, I would probably be a little suspect of some of the outfits that Bailey's wearing early on. But as you notice, as episode like 5, 6, 7, the clothes get a little looser, a little baggier because I was with child, still with child. So she's not quite as, cute as from my perspective. Coming from the pregnant woman's perspective, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, Eddie, it's funny. You've got 2 boys. How old are your boys now?
17 and 13.
Okay, so the boys and your 2 sons in this, all they do pretty much is try to take off their clothes and they're trying to, flirt basically with Katharine's character. Have you had to deal with that with your boys where it's obvious they're just trying to, make a move or impress a girl?
Not to that extent. Not to that extent. Not to that extent. I mean, they're 4 years apart too. So, right. And, obviously they can only do that now over Zoom. And it just doesn't work. Just doesn't work as well.
What's kind of fun about this whole thing starts out basically, Katharine, your character is out of her comfort zone. I mean, through a series of events, ends up at Eddie's place with all these kids. You're both kind of out of your comfort zones because Eddie, your character is dealing with the loss of a wife and raising these kids on their own. So when was the last time, Eddie, I'll start with you on this one. When was the last time you were out of your comfort zone?
Oh, anytime someone asks me to sing, I get out of my comfort zone right away. Right away. And I've been asked too on the show, and I just say, I can't. Sorry. Is
it because you really, like Katharine, you might be able to speak to this, you really can't sing, or you're just nervous about doing it?
I haven't figured Eddie out yet. I've made lots of jokes on set, like, I can't wait till your big number comes up, and he's just like, he looks at me like, that's legitimately not going to happen. Like, he'll go on strike if that does come up in the writer's room. But who knows? Yeah. I don't know. He's maybe hiding some secret. He's got a great teacher at home. So if he had to sing a couple songs, maybe your wife could help you out.
Well, Katharine, about a comfort zone, when was the last time you were out of one?
Oh, I'm just consistently not in a comfort zone right now. So I as the interviews are going on, I just see me fidgeting and moving around. I'm like, oh, the blood flow in my legs. That's just par for the course right now. But
how exciting though. And it's funny, I almost messaged Netflix. I'm like, maybe they can get me in sooner rather than later, because by the end of the day she might be calling it a day. You never know with these Zoom things.
You never know.
Eddie, obviously your wife does make an appearance, and the favorite part of that episode for me, honestly, was how she ends up at your house, because I'm convinced that in real life, if I were to ever try to pull that off with an actual singer, it would never happen. So Eddie, what is the craziest, most fun story involving a concert you've been to, or a singer you've admired, or just kind of a fan moment where you were able to kind of pull off something that most people would not be able to pull off?
That's a good question, because I have no idea. I don't really try to pull off anything, to be honest with you. I've seen some crazy things, and fans can get really, they can get pretty crazy.
Aggressive, yeah.
Very aggressive. I mean, I remember I started out when I first started acting again, and I was on a soap opera, and I played a really bad guy. And I went out to the south somewhere, I think it was Mississippi, and I walked out of a restaurant, and there was a guy there that really thought I was that character. And it got a little sketchy for a second until I tried to convince him, hey man, I'm an actor. It's not really,
Right.
and he just wouldn't believe it because they buy into it, wholeheartedly.
That is pretty frightening, especially in this day and age when you never know. But Katharine, how about for you? What would I have to do to convince Katharine McPhee to come to my home and maybe give a little performance on her off day?
Oh, that's easy. That's an easy thing. I mean, especially with the guy I live with, he just sits down and plays the piano. I can't play the piano, so the two of us together makes it a pretty good duo. We're good party dinner party guests because if there's a piano, then there'll be music. It's fun.